The vast emptiness of space stretched before the USS Horizon, a gleaming testament to human engineering. Commander Park Ji-ho stood motionless, his dark eyes fixed on the holographic display that shimmered with incoming data. The ships advanced. Sensors picked up the first signatures of an alien fleet, massive, imposing vessels that had already conquered dozens of planetary systems across the galaxy. New Terra, the human colony hanging in this remote star system, looked vulnerable. A single blue-green planet orbiting a calm yellow star, surrounded by minimal defensive infrastructure. To any outside observer, it seemed like an easy target, but appearances could be deceiving. The alien confederation had a reputation for swift, overwhelming conquests. Their technology was considered unmatched, their military strategy ruthless and efficient. Entire civilizations had fallen before their advanced weaponry and strategic precision. Commander Park knew the stakes. This wasn't just about defending a colony. This was about humanity's first real test against an interstellar threat. Lieutenant Yoon Sera monitored the incoming fleet's approach. Her fingers danced across holographic interfaces, running complex, computational models. Each data point told a story: ship configurations, energy signatures, potential weapon systems. The alien vessels moved with mechanical precision, like a well-oiled machine designed for one purpose: total destruction. 47 primary vessels detected, Yoon reported, her voice calm and professional. Multiple support craft in secondary formations. Commander Park nodded. His team had spent years preparing for this moment. Every system on the USS Horizon represented years of human innovation, technological breakthroughs that pushed the boundaries of scientific understanding. They weren't just preparing for a battle. They were preparing to rewrite the rules of interstellar conflict. The ship's quantum encryption systems hummed with potential. Advanced energy shields pulsed with an almost living energy. Weapon systems that could target multiple objects simultaneously stood ready. This wasn't just a warship. It was humanity's statement to the universe. Outside, the alien fleet continued its methodical approach. They had no idea what awaited them. In the ship's simulation room, tactical experts had run thousands of scenarios. Each potential engagement had been analyzed, predicted, and prepared for. The human crew understood something the aliens did not. Adaptability was their greatest weapon. Commander Park's hand rested lightly on the command interface. Years of training, decades of technological development, and the collective hopes of humanity rested on this moment. The USS Horizon wasn't just a vessel, it was a message. A declaration that humans would not be conquered, would not be intimidated. Lieutenant Yoon's voice cut through the tension. Enemy fleet entering optimal engagement range in 3 minutes. The crew moved with synchronized precision. No panic, no fear, just pure focused determination. Each member understood their role, their purpose. They were humanity's first line of defense against an unknown threat. The alien fleet continued its approach, massive and seemingly invincible. Their commanders believed this would be another routine conquest, another civilization to be absorbed, another planet to be claimed. They were wrong. Commander Park looked out into the starlit darkness. The USS Horizon stood ready, a silent guardian, a technological marvel that represented humanity's potential. In the next few moments, everything would change. The first encounter was about to begin. Captain Kim Dae-sung walked slowly across the bridge of the USS Horizon, his steps measured and calm. The ship's interior hummed with quiet energy, a complex network of technological systems working in perfect harmony. Every surface reflected advanced engineering, smooth panels with soft blue lighting, holographic displays that shifted and changed. With each passing second, the crew moved with practiced efficiency. No wasted movements, no unnecessary chatter. Each person understood their role in the upcoming confrontation. Lieutenant Yoon Sera sat at her primary console, her hands moving across quantum interfaces that seemed to respond to her touch like living systems. "Alien fleet configuration confirmed," she announced. Her voice carried a professional tone, devoid of emotion but filled with precision. 47 primary vessels, Multiple support craft detected at the system's outer perimeter. Captain Kim studied the holographic representation of the incoming alien fleet. Their ships looked massive, angular metal structures that seemed designed purely for destruction. Decades of human intelligence suggested these vessels represented the pinnacle of the Confederation's technological achievements. But the USS Horizon was different. Every system on the ship represented years of secret research. Quantum encryption, protocols that could break through any known communication system. Energy shields that could absorb and redirect massive amounts of destructive energy. Targeting systems so advanced they could predict enemy movements before the enemy knew their own intentions. Defensive protocols? Kim asked, looking at his tactical officer. Lieutenant Park Hyun, a veteran of multiple simulation conflicts, responded quickly. All systems at maximum readiness. Quantum entanglement weapons are fully charged. Shield harmonics are calibrated to resist multiple weapon frequencies. The ship's computer displayed complex mathematical models, predicting potential engagement scenarios. Thousands of potential outcomes calculated in milliseconds. Humanity's technological prowess displayed in pure computational power. Captain Kim remembered the briefings. How humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades, not out of aggression, but out of necessity. The universe was not a friendly place. Civilizations rose and fell, species fought for survival, and humans had decided they would not become another forgotten footnote in galactic history. The crew wore standard black uniforms with minimal insignia. No unnecessary decorations, no signs of individual pride. They were a collective unit, trained to function as a single organism. Each person knew their exact role, their precise responsibility. Outside the ship's reinforced windows, stars moved silently. New Terra hung in the distance, a blue-green planet that represented human hope, human potential. Everything they had built, everything they wanted to protect, was represented in this single moment. 2 minutes to potential engagement, Lieutenant, Yoon reported. Captain Kim took his central command position. His hand touched the interface, feeling the ship's energy pulse beneath his fingers. They weren't just preparing for a battle. They were preparing to send a message to the entire galaxy. Humans were not victims. Humans were not prey. The ship's quantum systems continued their silent calculation. Weapon systems charged, shield harmonics adjusted, communication protocols locked and encrypted. Every technological advantage humanity had developed was now focused on this single moment. The alien fleet approached, massive and seemingly unstoppable. They had no idea what awaited them. The USS Horizon stood ready, a silent guardian, a technological marvel that represented humanity's ultimate potential. In the next few moments, everything would change. The first encounter was about to begin. The alien fleet moved with calculated precision, believing their approach was undetected. Fleet leader Renak watched his tactical displays, confident in their overwhelming superiority. Massive ships stretched across the star system, their metallic surfaces reflecting distant starlight. Weapons primed for what they assumed would be another routine conquest. Suddenly, something changed. The USS Horizon materialized near the alien formation, its appearance so sudden and unexpected that the alien sensors momentarily stuttered. No standard faster-than-light signatures. No traditional approach vectors. The human ship simply existed. Lieutenant Yoon Sarah's fingers danced across quantum interfaces. Her targeting systems locked with machine-like precision, each weapon calculated to maximum efficiency. The ship's advanced computational systems had already predicted multiple engagement scenarios in microseconds. "Targets acquired," she announced, her voice calm and professional. Captain Kim Dae-sung watched the holographic display. 3 alien battleships sat perfectly positioned. Complex mathematical models had predicted their exact locations before they even knew themselves. The USS Horizon's quantum-entangled weapons required no traditional aiming. They would strike with impossible accuracy. The first energy pulses emerged, not as traditional weapons but as precisely calculated quantum disruptions. They passed through conventional shield systems like they were transparent glass. where traditional weapons would have taken minutes. To breach defenses, these struck instantly. 3 massive alien battleships disappeared in synchronized explosions, not violent, not chaotic, but precise, almost surgical, clean cuts in the fabric of the alien fleet's defensive structure. Fleet leader Raynak's communication systems erupted with confusion. Tactical officers screamed conflicting reports. Their most advanced defensive systems had been rendered completely useless in less than 30 seconds. The USS Horizon moved with liquid grace. No unnecessary movements, no wasted energy. Each action calculated, each strike precise. It was warfare elevated to an art form, technology transformed into a language of pure strategic communication. Enemy fleet composition changing, Lieutenant Park Hyun reported. Defensive formations breaking down. More alien ships tried to respond. Weapon systems powered up. Defensive protocols activated. But the human ship was always one step ahead. Quantum predictive systems meant the USS Horizon knew alien tactical responses before their commanders had even conceived them. Another series of quantum pulses. More alien vessels neutralized, not destroyed in traditional explosive displays, but systematically disabled. Their complex systems simply stopped functioning. Captain Kim watched without emotion. This wasn't just a battle. This was a demonstration, a clear, unambiguous message to any civilization watching. Humanity was not to be underestimated. The alien fleet's confidence evaporated. Panic began replacing strategic thinking. Ships started moving erratically, losing their previously perfect formation. The USS Horizon moved between them like a predator, striking with cold, calculated precision. Lieutenant Yoon continued her silent work. Each quantum pulse represented years of human scientific development. Each targeted strike was a statement, a technological symphony that redefined the concept of warfare. Fleet leader Rennick's final communication was a mixture of confusion and terror. Their most advanced technology, their decades of conquests, their belief in their own superiority, all of it crumbled in minutes. The USS Horizon had transformed from a ship into a legend. 12 minutes after first engagement, the battle was essentially over. 47 alien ships reduced to scattered, disabled vessels. No human casualties. No significant energy expenditure. Just pure, calculated technological superiority. Captain Kim's final message was simple and direct. This territory is protected. Do not return. The remaining alien ships began a confused retreat. Their entire understanding of technological warfare shattered in a single encounter. Humanity had sent its message to the stars. We are not victims. We are not prey. We are the architects of our own destiny. Lieutenant Yoon Sara's targeting systems worked with impossible precision. Each movement, each calculation happened faster than human perception could register. The quantum-entangled weapon systems moved beyond traditional understanding of technology. They were almost like living intelligence, predicting and responding, faster than any biological system could comprehend. The alien fleet's defensive mechanisms crumbled like paper structures against a hurricane. Where traditional weapons would require multiple strikes, the USS Horizon's quantum pulses dismantled entire ship systems in microseconds. No traditional energy signatures, no predictable attack patterns, just pure, calculated technological superiority. Enemy. Fleet composition tracking. Yoon reported, her voice steady and calm. Her fingers moved across holographic interfaces that seemed to breathe with technological potential. Complex mathematical models transformed into strategic actions faster than thought. Captain Kim Dae-sung observed the engagement with clinical detachment. Years of preparation, decades of scientific research, compressed into these few moments of pure technological demonstration. The USS Horizon was more than a warship. It was humanity's statement to the universe. Each quantum pulse carried specific instructions. Not just destruction, but precise systemic breakdown. Alien communication networks collapsed. Navigation systems failed. Weapon platforms became useless hunks of metal. The human technology didn't just attack, It completely neutralized. 12. Alien vessel still operational, Lieutenant Park Hyun announced. His voice carried a hint of professional satisfaction. The remaining ships moved like wounded animals, their previous confidence completely shattered. The alien fleet leader watched in horror. Their most advanced defensive systems, developed over centuries of technological progression, became meaningless. Against this human vessel, no traditional combat strategies worked. No known weapon could penetrate their defensive systems. Quantum encryption meant every alien communication attempt was instantly scrambled. Their tactical networks became useless. Information channels collapsed. The USS Horizon existed in a technological realm they couldn't comprehend. Lieutenant Yoon's display showed multiple engagement scenarios happening simultaneously. While traditional military thinking required sequential actions, human technology operated on multidimensional computational levels. Attack vectors changed faster than perception. Defensive responses were calculated and neutralized before they could be implemented. Total enemy fleet capability, 18%. The ship's computer announced in its neutral tone. The remaining alien ships began desperate retreat movements, but even their escape was being predicted and managed by the human vessel. Each movement was already calculated, each potential vector already understood. Captain Kim's hand moved slightly across the command interface. A single gesture that represented humanity's technological potential. Not aggression, not violence, just pure, calculated technological superiority. The USS Horizon moved through the alien fleet like a quantum ghost. No traditional propulsion signatures, no standard movement patterns. Just precise, calculated transitions that defied conventional understanding of space movement. Lieutenant Park continued monitoring external systems. Enemy communication attempts, 0 successful transmissions. The battle wasn't just a conflict. It was a technological demonstration. A clear message broadcast across the star system. Humanity had arrived, and humanity was not to be underestimated. Quantum weapon systems continued their precise work, not destroying but systematically reducing alien technological capabilities. Each pulse carried more computational power than entire alien fleet mainframes. 12 enemy vessels remain. Yoon repeated. All critically disabled. Total human casualties, 0. The alien fleet leader's final transmission was a mixture of terror and incomprehension. Their entire understanding of technological warfare had been completely shattered in minutes. Captain Kim's response was simple and direct. This territory is protected. As the remaining alien vessels retreated, something fundamental had changed. In the universe's understanding, humanity was no longer an unknown, potentially conquerable species. Humanity had become the technological apex. The USS Horizon continued its silent patrol, a technological marvel that represented generations of human scientific achievement. Not just a warship, a message, a statement. We are here. We are ready. Fleet leader Renak's communication channel trembled with a mixture of fear and disbelief. His massive command vessel drifted among the scattered remains of what had once been the most powerful fleet in the Confederation's history. Just hours ago, they had been confident conquerors. Now, they were broken survivors. The USS Horizon hung, in space like a silent guardian, its sleek design a stark contrast to the broken alien ships surrounding it. Captain Kim Dysing watched the retreating vessels with calm precision. This wasn't just a battle. This was a message. Communication logs from the alien fleet revealed complete chaos. Their tactical networks had been utterly destroyed. Entire communication systems rendered useless by quantum encryption methods humans had developed. The technological gap was so vast, it seemed almost supernatural. Lieutenant Yoon Sera continued monitoring the system. Her fingers moved across quantum interfaces, tracking every movement of the retreating alien ships. Enemy fleet now at 12% operational capacity, she reported, her voice clinical and precise. The remaining alien vessels moved like wounded animals, their once proud formations now nothing more than scattered remnants. Each ship carried the same terrifying realization. Humanity was not what they had expected. On the bridge, the human crew remained calm. No celebrations. No excessive emotions. Just the quiet satisfaction of a mission completed with perfect efficiency. They had defended their territory. They had sent a clear message to the universe. Captain Kim's final communication to the retreating fleet was simple and direct. This territory is protected. Do not return. The quantum transmission carried more than just words. It carried a technological demonstration that would reshape galactic understanding. Humanity was not a species to be underestimated. Back on New Terra, communication centers buzzed with excitement. The first major interstellar encounter had been a complete success. Not a single human life lost. Not a single human vessel damaged. Just pure, calculated technological superiority. Fleet leader Renak reviewed the battle logs repeatedly. Each review only confirmed the impossible. A single human vessel had completely dismantled their most advanced fleet. Their shields meant nothing. Their weapons were useless. Their tactical systems had been rendered completely ineffective. Lieutenant Park Hyun began compiling the initial battle report. Thousands of data points showed a technological marvel. Quantum-entangled weapons that could predict and neutralize threats before they even materialized. Communication systems that could break through any known encryption. Defensive capabilities that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The USS Horizon became more than a ship. It became a symbol, a clear statement that humanity would not be a passive species in the galactic community. They would be defenders. They would be protectors. Communication networks across human colonies began spreading the news, not with excitement or aggression, but with a calm understanding. This was humanity's first true statement to the broader universe. We are here. We are prepared. We will defend ourselves. Days passed. The alien confederation went silent. No retaliatory attacks. No diplomatic messages. Just a profound understanding that they had encountered something entirely unexpected. Captain Kim received minimal communication from Earth's Central Command. Just a simple acknowledgement. Mission successful. Well done. The USS Horizon continued. Its patrol. Silent. Watchful. A technological marvel that represented generations of human scientific achievement. Lieutenant Yoon completed her final system analysis. The ship hadn't just won a battle. It had redefined the concept of technological warfare. As stars moved silently outside the ship's reinforced windows, humanity had sent its most powerful message yet. We are not victims. We are not prey. We are the guardians of our future. The first encounter was complete, and the universe would never be the same again.